Hey, looks like we're live, and I am so excited today. We are live here with Makeda Smith, and guess what? Makeda made more than everything she made last year within the first 6 months of 2020. She exceeded her goal. We're not even finished with 2020. We're only halfway through, and she made more money than what she made last year. And so I am so excited to bring Makeda on to this episode, this session. And we're going to really talk about Makeda, her business, what she's doing, what did she do to uplevel her business in 2020. And I am just like, Makeda, I'm blown away. So,
Yes, yes.
Makeda, tell everyone who you are, what you do, and tell us about your business.
Okay, so my name is Makeda Smith. I have to say, this one first. So I am a 16-year real estate broker in the state of Illinois. So I have been a top producing real estate agent for at least 3 consecutive years in a row. And out of me being a real estate agent, I birthed a second business, which is called Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. And basically, it is a business and social media marketing agency. And I am the CEO and I am the founder. And we have not even been in business for 3 years yet.
Yes. So you made the transition over and you started your agency. And also, Makeda joined my coaching program, Scale Profits. She joined last November as one of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us, where were you in your business before you joined the program? And really, what was your experience like after joining?
So with me, I was in my business struggling. So I was experiencing like this record growth every month. I was getting more and more social media clients. And I did not know how to navigate from me solely working on my agency to rather me having like a team of people that I have today, thanks to you showing me how to do that. But I didn't know how to navigate the success that I was having in my business in 2019. And even though at that time, I want to say that I probably had less than maybe about 8 or 9 clients at that time. And so I was doing everything basically myself. And and because I knew what it felt like to be burnt out in real estate, being a top producer, I already knew that I was on the brink of burnout if I didn't hurry up and get some help. And so I remember talking to you and, saying, hey, Alma, I need some help. Like, I don't need a course. I need some help working directly with you.
Yeah, I remember that day. She was like, no more courses for me. I just need to work with someone and sit down and look at my business and like get my help.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So what happened with Makeda is that you were growing your social media agency and you were pretty much doing everything yourself. I know you had hired maybe like one or two people. You were having some struggles with trying to manage them and really step into that leadership role. Now, the other thing that you did, which we had to really work on, was, let's talk about your pricing. How much money were you charging people before you joined the program for the agency?
So when I joined the program, and at the beginning of this program, because it took me a while to get there. So my base price for social media started off at about $350. And then I had a $450, and then I had a $550.
$350 per client. Okay. Let that sit with you, all of you watching.
Yeah, so $350, $450, and then $550 was like, my max price, right? And so you came along and you was like, first of all, you are charging too low for your pricing, and especially for everything that I was doing. And in real estate, they teach you that when you go to put a house on the market, that you want to put your client's property on the market for market dollar. And basically what I was doing with my social media business, I was not charging market prices. I came up with a number because I was new to it back in, 2017. But then I built my business up and I got more experience, and I was still charging those low rates until you had to set me straight.
All right, so here's the deal. Why did you feel like you had to charge that? I remember we had a conversation once and you told me, Alma, I sat down with Makeda. I said, Makeda, why don't you make your minimum price $1,000 a month? And do you remember that conversation? Why did you feel that you could not charge that? Just be totally honest with everybody, because I think a lot of people can relate to this.
Yeah, I was like a deer in headlights. My eyes was like $1,000. Like, who can afford that? So
Right.
that's exactly what I was thinking to myself. Like, these clients can't afford $1,000. But when you actually look at it, and where I am today is that when you look at the clients that you're working for and you're actually bringing them results, some of these business owners will go and they will pay other people the money that they demand at $1,500, at $2,500, at $3,000, at $3,500, because they demanded their price. And either someone is going to be okay with the price that you're going to charge because it is your worth, or they're not, and it's going to be okay. So now working with you, I'm like, okay, if they do not come up and pay the increased rates, then I know how to go and get the money elsewhere.
And so you were afraid, you felt that people couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
People would say no. And so what did you do recently? Recently, we'll talk about that, but recently just overall, Makeda raised her rate. So now her minimum is $1,000 and it goes up to $2,000 per month for social media. Tell everybody what happened when you did that, because we had a conversation recently. You told me a story about one of your clients and what they said to you.
Yeah. Okay. So, ladies, it has been a progress. So I started working with Alma, I want to say back in November, the end of November. So we've been working together, and I have my numbers here that I'm going to share. But we've been working together since November, and she had been telling me, Makeda, you got to raise your prices. And I was like, well, what about the people that I have been working with? Can I grandfather them in and, let them still pay? And she was like, you can do that, but for new clients that's coming in, you need to raise your prices. And so all of these many months later, I listened and I raised my price to a minimum of $997. Now, it took me a minute to start, getting that price out there to my current clients that I have that have been working with me for months. So last week, okay, is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. So basically, what happened is that I raised my price, and then on the consultation calls that I had with two clients on last week, one client told me that, she was okay with it. Would she have an opportunity? What was it going to look like? And she was okay with that because of the results that I have provided with her so far. And my second client, who was an accounting client, she was like, oh my God. She was like, I am so proud of you. Can you tell me and walk me through the steps that you just gave me? What you just did to me, I need to do it to my other clients. And so she basically wanted me to coach her on how I just went up on my prices with her so she can tell her clients the same thing.
That is hilarious. All right. And that's the thing is that, I feel like a lot of women feel like we make this assumption that we know how much people can, afford, or we're putting limits on people, just like we put limits on ourselves by not being unapologetic about how much we want to charge. And it's okay to charge $2,000 per month. And the thing about Makeda is she's growing in agency. Mm-hmm. And so in order for her to pay her team, to have the right people in place so that she can step into her CEO role, which is what I teach people in the program, is that you have to have a higher profit margin. You have to charge higher prices because your clients are not just hiring you, they are hiring your team, right? They're getting that expert service of people with different skill sets. And so I'm super proud of you. So how much money did you make within the first 6 months of 2020 of this year?
So the first 6 months of 2020, I made $126,000. $126,000. $1,000. And so, you know, Alma just asked me, like, okay, what did you make last year in 2019? And in 2019, I just looked at my numbers. Hey, everyone. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Sierra. When I looked at my numbers, I seen that I made $107,000. And you and I just had that aha moment together before we actually came on this live. And so for me to be able to surpass what I did in 2019 to be in 2020 in the first 6 months to hit 126,000. Now, Alma, I have to say that I did not go up on my prices as of yet for existing clients. Remember that, right? Because I just told them last week. So that's not going to start until the month of August, which is now in turn going to increase my revenue goals that I have for the second half of 2020. And so I am excited about that. And one other thing I want to say also is that because Alma has been working with me in my mindset all of this time and shifting, I did go ahead and upload the $997, that the $1,000 package program that I have. I did upload that to my my link so that new clients that came on, they started at the $997 rate. And that helped to shift my mindset to say that if I can get new people to come on paying me $1,000 package, then it's not fair for me to let them come in or have them to come in at $1,000. And then the other clients who are paying a lesser rate of, let's say, $450, $300, $550 to ride the coattail of these other clients that are paying at $1,000 or more, because now I have 7 women on my team now that I actually employ to help them with their business as well. And they help me with my business to take care of all of these clients. And so if I'm providing to you my copywriter, my OBM, my graphic designers, the social media managers, my tech person, then you have access not only to me, but you have access to my whole team, which in turn is going to make your business better.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's the conversation that you would have with your potential client, is that it's not just you. We're not solo freelancers. We have a company. We're building a company, an organization. So, and let's talk about that. And I really love the fact that you have so many women, you know, that you're helping. Tell us about your team and your philosophy, because you really, I mean, I love the fact that you hire so many women of color. You're helping women, you know, grow their businesses and grow their income working from home.
Yeah, and the predominantly amount of women that I have on my team, so we have 7, and I'll go through those. They are predominantly Black women, and they have, you know, their own company within themselves. And I not only have these clients or these people on my team that work for me, when I have clients that need like extra things that I know that people on my team can handle, I refer business to people that are on my team, because when you are around me, I want all of us to be prosperous. I want all of us to grow. I want all of us to sit at the table and eat and be full collectively together, because it's enough out here for all of us. And so the person that I have on my team, I have an OBM, which a lot of you may know her, Shamandrian. She is my OBM. She is phenomenal. She helps keeps track of and manage not only my clients and their projects, but she manages the team. And then she also manages me as the CEO to make sure that I'm on task as well. And then I have an executive assistant who I just brought on, who is a virtual assistant as well. And she helps me to keep up with my day-to-day email. So like when Shamandrian, my OBM, she gives me tasks to do. Sometimes because I have so many moving parts in my agency, I'm not always available or able to get the task in a timely manner so that they can move on with client projects. So the executive assistant, she helps me with my overall business, because there's so many moving parts. And then I have 3 social media managers on my team as well. And so they help to make sure that the graphics are created, that the clients are taken care of, and that if there's anything that the clients need, that they are the point of contact. And then I started with 1 copywriter. So I hired a second copywriter within the last 30 days, because now not only do I have Alma with your help, not only do I had 10 clients, but now I have 16 accounts, 16 social media accounts that I manage. And I used to look at other agencies and wonder, how in the world are they managing 20 accounts? And I would have never been able to come in and build my team and to use a project management system like Asana, which you taught us to use. And I didn't know how to navigate. I knew that I should be using a project management system, but when you came in, you opened up Asana, you start moving things around, and you was like, well, first of all, this is the problem right here. You need to be using a project management system. And it helped me to flow so much better. And we depend on, and we do almost everything within that project management system, that even our clients, we had to get them accustomed to using the project management system.
Right. So this is kind of funny. This is what I find a lot of people, this happens, not just, it wasn't just to you, Makeda, but this happens to a lot of people. So before me and you started working together, you were using what? Email, right?
Emails, my phone.
You were texting clients. What did some clients text me? I was like, right. No, this has to stop right now. This has to stop. So that was one of the first things. And it's not just, Makeda, but a lot of people who don't, being that I come from as a management consultant, a lot of small businesses are just doing this. This is very typical, okay? So that's part of the reason why Scale Profits, this program, is different, because we really focus on giving you the structure. And, I help Makeda make money. It's not just to help her make money, it's how does she manage that and how does she scale? Because to scale your business, it's not just, oh, I'm gonna just make money. Scaling, the word scale does not mean just make money. It means as you make money, as you get more clients, you gotta have the infrastructure in place to support multiple clients, multiple customers, to actually deliver on your services. So I'm really, I'm excited because I actually have sat on some of her team meetings, and her team is doing a phenomenal job. She has an OBM, online business manager, who is like her project manager, managing all the other team members. And it just feels, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love this. So I really love this.
Yeah, can I say that, as it relates to, the mindset, when you are working with, multiple clients, and then I was kind of terrified. Like, I had been a top producer. I made six figures, before in real estate, but to do it in a brand new business where I'm still kind of fairly new, because I haven't even hit the 3-year mark, and to see my business scaling so fast that now by the end of this year, it's going to be multiple six figures. And then to expand my mindset even further to know, Makeda, you can hit a gross $1 million in 2021. And so for me, that was a little bit scary. And so for you, Alma, me coming and having the Scale Profit group to where you was like, okay, what do you have a fear about? And even with the other coach that you have that is coaching us as well within the program, you guys were like, okay, what do you need? And I was like, I need an accountant. I need to make sure that I am a good steward over this business and the money that is coming in, because it takes a different mindset. You can get to six figures on your own, but it takes a different mindset to get to multiple six figures and to maintain multiple six figures, because when you start bringing on more clients, you can drown yourself in business and then lose clients and have a bad brand reputation. And so with working with you, I wanted to know, okay, you was like, don't turn away any more clients. Because I was like, I'm not taking any more clients. I'm booked, I'm busy, I'm good. But you were like, don't turn away any more clients. When you are building, when you're a social media manager, that's a social media manager. So maybe you have like a few accounts, but when you're building an agency, you're building an enterprise. You're building like you said, a company. And so you have to now take yourself from the independent contractor mindset to actually being an agency and having a mobile mindset, to where if you're going to bring on more clients, then you need to add people to your team. So Alma is not just teaching you how to be a social media manager. She's actually teaching you how to be a business owner, how to be a CEO and operate with a mogul mindset to where, no, I'm not turning down any business. When you look at, I use Enterprise Car Rental for an example because I rent for them frequently. I use them as an example. They are a family-owned business. They have a franchise. They kept growing and growing and growing. You don't see these major companies turning away any business. What do? They hire employees, they hire teams. So Alma is going to help you to come in to your business, see what's going on, and help you to hire more people on your team so that you can make more money. But not only make more money, like you said, that you have to make sure that you are, you're good with it and you're being a good steward over it.
Exactly. So let's jump into one of the things you told me. You told me when you first joined Scale Profit, you said, Alma, I don't have time to take a course. Mm-hmm. So tell everybody, what is the difference between taking a course versus getting into a group coaching program, group consulting?
So for me, I would say that I was a course junkie. Like it comes a time in your business and in your life to where you can continue to take courses and operate at a self pace. And some people operate good like that. So some people may need a course. But for me, I'm busy being a CEO, running my business, making sure clients are taken care of, and on top of my membership program and everything else that's going on in the business. And so for me, I needed to have that time with you to where you can actually look at, what it is that I'm doing in my agency, because you actually had an agency. And somebody told me, if you want a coach, you need to look for a coach who has been where you're trying to go. And so when you have already been where I'm trying to grow and grow my agency, having people on my team, being able to scale, I wanted to be there as well. And so that's the difference from me. And now you and I have increased from working with, just Scale Profits to hiring you to work one-on-one, with me per month, because I need that extra. I need you to sit in on my team meetings. I need you to pick apart, the business. I need you to help me with my launch programs, look at my email sequences. And so you can help to make me better. Because in order for us to get to where we need to be or to achieve those large goals, because my goals are massive, you need people on your team that can push you. Every coach needs a coach.
Yes, even I have a coach. We all have coaches, right? All right. So, thank you so much for explaining that. Like, it's an honor to work with you, Makeda. Just so you know, FYI, like, I love working with you. You're just so easy because you do everything I tell you to do. Not tell. But most of the things I say, you just, okay, let's set up a sauna. You like setting it up the next day. And then let's launch the mastermind. You're launching your, I love it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing now. One of the things that we do in the program is we really look at like your different offers. And I've been talking about offers this week. And we are working with Makeda to launch her group coaching program that she's going to do, where she's going to work with women to help them, build out these companies selling. Tell us about your upcoming program.
So with the upcoming program, you and I talked extensively about, okay, what do you want to do next? Because you told me you need to have your low-end program, your low-end product, which is my membership, your mid-level product, which is my social media management services, and then the high end is going to be the coaching program. And so it's going to be the 7-figure CEO program, because if I said I got massive goals, and so with massive goals, the people that I attract to me, they also have massive goals. And so when you ask me, okay, what are you good at? And I'm good at helping people come up with multiple streams of income. Because you was like, girl, look, you have too many things that you have going on in the company where you're making all of this money. You have to narrow it down. So you're helping me to narrow it down so that I can actually have freedom of time to spend with my family and do some of the other things so that I am actually enjoying the income that is increasing in my life. And so with the 7-figure CEO coaching program, I'm going to help women that are already making 6 figures to scale to $1 million with digital products. And so
Yeah.
it's just as simple as that.
And pretty much you were doing this already in the agency, right? So you have clients, right, that you in your agency, you have helped them with their launch, right? And so what Makeda's doing is packaging up her service for her actual social media service
Mm-hmm.
into a group program where she's going to be more in a consulting, coaching area with her clients. So it's kind of like, you can do your done for you, and then you can have your group coaching, group mentoring program, consulting, which you kind of do all of it together, where you help your clients together, you collaborate with them and help them build out their program. So that's something that, once you get your agency and you're making enough money, you can scale up with these group programs. High ticket coaching programs are the way to go. Just everybody, hope you know that. I've been talking about that for a while. And then, she has her lower end program. So this is great. So Makeda, I just want to say thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. And the goal for next year is let's hit 7 figures.
Yes, yes, that is the goal, and it's doable. Like I see the vision. When I was working with you, like you already know that I had like all of these things that I was doing in order to get to the number, but you came in and you helped me to simplify that, to break it down into these three major things that you're going to do so that you can be able to enjoy this. What's the point of making all of this money and not being able to enjoy it? And I want to leave everyone with this. So with me being of course, a Black woman, like you see all this melanin, but for me, my family members have always like looked up to me, held me, with a higher standard. And so I am, in a place of having the responsibility to be able to help them to get to this level, because a lot of people look, and I attract people that look like me because they see that it's possible. And so I want to let you know today that regardless to where you come from, I grew up on the west side of Chicago, right by the alley. And, I'm a product of the city of Chicago. But even in that, with everything that I have grown up, what I have done all over these years have led me to this moment, and I'm yet still evolving. And I just want to encourage all of you that are out there, if you have lost your job, if you have been laid off, if you have been nervous about, being in quarantine, COVID-19, there is money to be made in these social media streets. Don't let the world or what you see on the news have you thinking that you cannot make this money. You are in charge of your destiny, where you want to go. And if somebody like me can do it, you can too. I had a vision to be like all of these Periscopes. Somebody said they used to watch me on Periscope 4 years ago. I started an audience on Periscope and I went live like 3 to 4 times a week, and I started educating people on real estate. People start tuning in and I started building my audience. That took me from Periscope to Instagram to Facebook. And now, like within the last 4 years, if you put in the work now, it's going to pay off for you. So I just want to say that.
Well, thank you, Makeda, so much for sharing your story and continuing to inspire so many women to really live their dreams and shoot for the stars. So thank you so much.
Yes, I appreciate you.
All right, take care. Bye.